Fortnite Chapter 4 is just around the corner, and there's a ton of stuff to go over, like brand new dragons, rideable vehicles. We have a brand new map like the throwback Chapter 1 map coming through, and returning locations. There's a ton of stuff to go over. So if you're excited for the Chapter 4 event and you want to learn more about it, make sure you watch this video until the very end. And also, if you want a chance at getting yourself the Chapter 4 Battle Pass for completely free, I'll be gifting them out to my subscribers. So to participate in that, like, subscribe, turn on those notifications, and most importantly, let me know that you did so in the comment section down below. Good luck. And now, with Fortnite Chapter 4 on the horizon, we have a ton of things coming through, like a brand new event taking place on December 3rd. As you can see here on screen, here's all the times for everyone around the world. So if you're in a certain country, this is all the times for you to know when the official event will be taking place, so you do not miss out. Keep in mind, if you're watching the event live, you'll be getting this back bling here on screen for completely free, just for participating in the brand new event. Now, what's going to be taking place during this event? Well, as you may not know, or you may know, this map that we're currently on in Fortnite Chapter 3 Season 4 is kind of a throwback map to Chapter 1. Now, you're going to notice here on the map there's certain locations that are really interesting, like the Polar Peak monster skeleton being on this map, which was from an event back in the day here in Fortnite Battle Royale. Now people are saying once the chrome goes ahead and touches the Polar Peak monster, we could see the Polar Peak monster come back alive. And now you can see the chrome is getting very close to some of the pieces of the Polar Peak monster. So as soon as this chrome touches the monster, the Polar Peak monster could come back at full force. And over on the other side of the map, near the desert area, you're gonna notice the robot arm over at that location as well. So will the robot come back from the moon and come down to the Fortnite map to retrieve its arm from the fight back in the day here in Fortnite, the Polar Peak monster versus the robot event that took place? That could be a possibility. Now, if we do end up going back to the Chapter 1 map here in Fortnite Battle Royale, we should see some really cool returning locations as well, which I'll explain here in a second. But first, if this ends up happening, it's going to be absolutely insane. That being said, back when we were on the Chapter 1 map, the Polar Peak monster was actually at the Polar Peak location, which was a really interesting location. Now, within the Polar Peak mountain, we actually had the prisoner skin over at that location. Not only that, the prisoner skin was really dope, but we also had some dragon eggs within the Polar Peak mountain as well, which was frozen and basically not hatched yet. Now, this is leading me to believe that if we end up going back to the Chapter 1 map, we could be seeing the Polar Peak monster eggs making a return. Now, by this time, you know, those eggs could be hatched, and those could actually be the dragons that we see in the brand new season for Chapter 4, Chapter 4 Season 1. That could be the rideable animals that we see that everyone's talking about, because there's leakers, there's a ton of info coming out that we will actually be getting rideable dragons, and that could be the Polar Peak monsters, you know, little dragons that could come through and fly us around if we end up going back to the Chapter 1 map. Now, currently, that is the biggest rumor, and that is what everybody's thinking, that we're actually going to go back to the Chapter 1 map, but there's going to be a mix of all of the previous seasons, like Chapter 1, Chapter 2, Chapter 3, and let's just say some of the best seasons in between will most likely be a part of the map, like OG POI locations that everyone loves is what we could be seeing. Now, as you can see here on screen, here are some concepts made of what the brand new map could look like. Now, as you can clearly see, there's throwbacks to a bunch of old locations, old POI locations, which would be making a return in the brand new Fortnite chapter, which I think would be a great idea. Now, like I mentioned, the rideable dragon if this ends up happening, we could be seeing the Polar Peak location coming back and the dragon eggs coming back. And some of those eggs, like I said, might be hatched. That is what people are really excited about. Now, there's also some rumors of maybe, the dragon will be Charizard, as you can see here on screen. That would also be super interesting. But yeah, rideable animals will be coming, and it could be dragons. Now, this theory and what I'm explaining right now, if we actually go to the Chapter 1 map, I think this could be a huge potential thing that takes place here in Chapter 4. Very exciting. Now, with the returning locations, as you guys can see here on screen. By the way, what locations would you like to see return to Chapter 4 that were from OG, Fortnite seasons, like in Chapter 1, Chapter 2? Let me know in the comment section down below. But as you guys can see right here, we have a few locations that could be coming back. People like the Paradise location, which was pretty lit, not gonna lie, but also Junk Junction being one of my favorite spots to go ahead and land at back in the day here in Fortnite Battle Royale. It was nice and low key. There was some good amount of loot for like 1 or 2 people. It was very nice, and that spot was very good. I liked it a lot. Now, last but not least, there's some juicy info coming through. You're watching till the end, and I appreciate you. Make sure you hit that share button if you have not yet already. On the current Chapter 3 Season 4 map, we have something interesting taking place. Now, as some of you know, and maybe you don't know this, there's actually 2 rifts in the sky currently that are expanding, and people are saying they're actually getting bigger. These rifts could bring back some crazy things. We're not entirely sure yet because the 2 rifts have been on the map for a very long time. It actually started with 1 rift, and now there's 2 total rifts here in the Fortnite Battle Royale sky, which is pretty insane. Now, the rifts, we've seen some crazy stuff happen with the rifts here in Fortnite, so literally anything could happen. We could see something insane happen. We'll just have to wait and see what takes place. Not only that, we've had a glowing golden orb behind this Fortnite mountain for the longest time. Now people are starting to talk about this glowing orb, the golden orb that's behind this mountain, as you see here on screen. People are starting to talk about it, and they think that this might have something to do with the end of the season event, which would be pretty crazy if I do say so myself. They're saying it could be the Ice Queen, it could be the Ice King, it could be something completely different. We'll have to keep our eyes on that. It's definitely super interesting. Not only that, there's literally 5 total NPCs inspecting that location as well. So that is obviously Fortnite letting us know that that glowing golden orb could have something to do with the up and coming event, live event here in Fortnite Battle Royale. Basically, Fortnite Chapter 4 is going to have something to do with Chapter 1. If it does have something to do with Chapter 1, we should be seeing the Polar Peak monster eggs coming back and a ton of other really interesting stuff taking place as well. Now, make sure you let me know what you're mainly excited about in the comment section down below. Click one of these videos on screen, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.